Okay guys, we are approaching around 3 weeks away from the final shape, and with that wanted to make a couple videos going over things to get done inside of the game before the expansion launches. This one is going to be mainly around red border weapons and which ones you should be focusing on getting, so we'll jump into all the details here in a bit. But before we do, as always, if you're going to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, as it's free to do and it really does help me out here a ton. And a lot of you who watch my content aren't actually subscribed, so if you could consider doing that, I'd very much appreciate it. But with all that being said, let's jump into this video. First off, talking with the Season of Defiant red border weapons. Now, this is my opinion, you can go after what any red border weapons you would like. Probably get all of them in the time that you have left, due to them now being more easily able to be acquired due to the change that they made recently, where just completing one of the seasonal activities a day will get you a guaranteed red border. That's neither here nor there. Two weapons that I'm going to recommend that you guys go after from the Define Engram decoding pool is going to be Prodigal Return and then the Regnant. Regnant here is only here just because if you don't have a good edge transit, this is a good alternative to that, but I'd highly recommend going for an edge transit instead if you can. Prodigal Return is here for those of you who like your current waveframe grenade launchers with chain reaction. Chain reaction in the final shape is going to be getting a nerf in terms of it being on special ammo weapons, so mainly your waveframe grenade launchers, so it's not going to be as good as it currently is, but Prodigal Return can get Volt Shot, which will basically fill the same role as Chain Reaction, so I definitely recommend grabbing this if you are a fan of those waveframes or explosives. This isn't a waveframe grenade launcher, but it will fulfill the same role as your waveframe once did. You also have Royal Executioner here, which is good, but there's another fusion that I'll get into later in this video, which is a lot better. As always though, if you're interested in any of these weapons, be sure to grab them as soon as possible before they are gone or just not as easily to be acquired. Now, let's head over to Season of the Deep and talk about all of those weapons. Now, me personally, there aren't any standout weapons here really in terms of Season of the Deep weapons. The main one that I'd probably recommend would be getting a crafted Until Its Return. Pretty good rapid frame strand shotgun if you don't already have a good kinetic slot shotgun. Other than that, nothing else really here that really stands out, so you can probably skip out on Season of the Deep unless you want any of the Reckoning weapons. Like Spare Rations is there, so if you're a fan of that, you can go and grab that. There's also all the taken versions here, but I'm not going to recommend you go after any of these, but if you want any of them, go and grab them whilst you can. Moving on from there, let's talk Season of the Witch. Now, the main weapon I'd recommend you guys grab from Season of the Witch is the Eremite Fusion Rifle. This thing can get some very good DPS options. They can get a controlled burst on it. Very good for a fusion rifle. Fusions are currently pretty good for damage, unless that gets changed in an upcoming weapon breakdown thing. Very good weapon to go and obtain. The hand cannon's pretty good in PvP as well if you're a PvP enjoyer. I would say the sniper's also probably half decent at least, but there are better options out there. Same thing goes for the machine gun or the rocket launcher, just in case you don't have any good rockets or machine guns available. Probably going to be at least worthwhile to grab these whilst you can, but mainly here is going to be the Eremite Fusion Rifle, so just grab that one at the very least. And finally guys, for Season of the Wish, the weapons I'm going to recommend you guys go after include the Doomed Petitioner, Scatter Signal, and the Subjunctive. If you're looking for a good Volt Shot SMG, Subjunctive is definitely the way to go, as it's very easy to obtain here within the focusing methods. Other than that, Scatter Signal, very good DPS fusion, Rapid Fire Frame can get some very good damage perks on it, so definitely worth going after. And then Doom Petitioner is a very good aggressive frame linear fusion rifle for any encounters in the game that require linear fusions. Also here you do have a stasis trace rifle, which I believe is one of the only legendary stasis trace rifles in the game. So if you're a fan of trace rifles, definitely would recommend getting one of these as well. Also, one quick thing to mention here with Season of the Wish, if you haven't done so already, you can come over to Mara Solve and complete Riven's Wishes quests, which I have a guide for on my channel, so you can go and find those. With the Riven's Wishes quests, you can go and obtain 3 Last Wish red border weapons. That means you can get things like a guaranteed Apex Predator, which is a very good rocket launcher. Alongside that, you can get a crafted Supremacy and a whole load of other great red border weapons from the Last Wish raid. So if you're missing out on any of those, highly recommend grabbing those, as well as they're very easy to do, and Last Wish does have a lot of good available weapons, so once again definitely recommend getting that. And also, Into Light is still here, so you can go and get some god rolls on any weapons that you don't already have god rolls of. And for the time being, get shiny versions of them as well, which look very, very cool. And that is everything here for weapons for this year, in terms of ones that you should be getting before the final shape arrives. Now, with that being said, these weapons are probably going to get power crept when the final shape arrives anyway, but just in case they don't, definitely recommend getting any of the weapons that I've mentioned here in this video. But once again, these weapons are going to be very easily able to be obtained now, so you're probably able to get all of them with the time you have remaining in these last couple of weeks. And that is everything here that I wanted to state in this video. So as always, if you've enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.